Hello all. In this lecture, we'll see the V model. So in the previous lectures, we have seen the classical waterfall model and also iterative waterfall model. And this is a variant of this waterfall model itself. We call it as V model. It's a variant of the classical waterfall model itself. So we call this as V model. So this model gets as the waterfall model, the name gets the name from the visual experience. In this V model also, this is got from the visual experience. So if we see the model, we find a V-like structure. So it is a V-like structure here. So these are the different phases and it is like a V. So that is why it is known as V model. So here in this model, the verification and validation activities are carried out throughout the development life cycle. That is, verification and validation is done throughout the project. So if some errors are detected, we can correct there itself. So all the bugs can be after the development or after the delivery can be avoided. So most of the bugs can or the errors that can occur after the delivery can be avoided as this verification and validation is done throughout the development process. So this software can be used for uh, critical systems, software, safety critical softwares like if you want to monitor some nuclear power plant, or if you want to some planting software, or in some softwares used in plants, monitor some pressure, temperature, all these are safety critical systems. So in those cases, we require high reliable software. So if you want to develop high reliable software, you can use this V model because there are chances of getting errors are very less because we are always correcting those errors. We are trying to find out the errors throughout the system, throughout the development process. Okay. Here we have two phases. One is called the development phase, and the second is validation phase. So this V is the this line left side is the development phase, and the right side is the validation phase. So we have mainly two phases in this V model. Even though each phase has sub phases, we consider this as two phases. So first phase is from in the left arrow, left line. This is the left line. We call it as the development phase, and the right line is known as the validation phase. Okay. So what happens here is what we do is we start with the initial requirement analysis and specification. That is, all those SRS things will be written after feasibility study and all. We'll be doing this requirement analysis and specification. And what we do is we will try to design the system design from the SRS document. We can we can list the test cases that can be used to test the final system. So that is the advantage. So what we do is the testing team, after completion of this SRS document, the testing team will design the test cases for the system testing. That is the final testing is known as system testing. So for that we require some test cases. So all those test cases will be generated initially during the SRS itself. After completion of SRS itself, we will draw that test design. Okay. Then after completing this SRS, then next comes the high level design. When we do this high level design, all the unit test things will be designed. Sorry, here it is not high level. So all the integrated test design. Here it's actually integrated test design will be developed. So what all things should be tested? What for integration testing? What all things should be done will be tested here. So this is actually, let me correct it here itself. Okay. So this is actually integrate test design. Okay. It is the integrate test design suite that will be developed here, not the unit test design. So finally, we have to integrate the different modules and we have to perform integration testing. So those modules will be designed after this high level design. After this high level design is complete, we will design the integrate test design suite. integration test design suite will be developed, and that will be used in the later integration. Then after this high level design comes the coding phase. So coding phase, during coding phase itself, we will design the unit test design suite. Which all units, which all test cases should be there for each unit will be designed here. And after this is a developer process. After that, we'll start the testing. So unit testing will be performed. The unit test will be done using this unit test design. After that, integration testing will be done using this integration test design. And afterwards, we will perform the system testing based on this initial SRS. From the SRS, we will develop test cases. Using that, we will be performing that system design. So this is the actual V model. So we can have a high reliable system because all the test cases, the test team will be completely occupied. The quality of test case will be good. So all the integrated testing team will be completely occupied from the beginning itself. They have good rapport with all the designers, all the coding team, everybody. They have interaction with them, so they can develop a good test suite. So complete test will be done during this test, and the testing will be perfect. Bugs will be much more reduced. So that is why it can be used for safety critical systems. Okay. So verification and validation carried throughout. It can be used for safety critical software that are required for high reliability, and two phases we have seen this to development and validation phase. Then we will see the advantages of this model with other models. So here testing activities are carried out in parallel. So that is one advantage of this thing. So that is testing. The testing team is completely occupied. They will start beginning from the requirement stage itself. They can be occupied and they can carefully plan everything. The test case design can be designed perfectly, so that they won't miss any test cases, and so no none of the errors will go undetected after delivery. So testing activities. So this is an advantage of this model. Another advantage is quality of test cases will be better because in the previous iterative or the classical waterfall model, testing team will start its work only after the completion of this coding. So what happens is the pressure builds up. They might have to deliver the software within 2 weeks. They might have delayed some software. If we want to develop this, if we are give some time of delivery like 6 months, and the testing team might get only 1 week or 2 weeks to test the whole product. So that won't be enough. So that is a problem with the classical iterative model. But here the quality of test cases will be better because there is no pressure. They will start working from the beginning itself. So all the test cases will be generated throughout the development process itself. The quality of test cases which will be much better. And here the test time will be occupied throughout the project. This is a good thing. This is an advantage. Proper manpower utilization will be there because in the previous cases there won't be any utilization. The testing team will sit idly for months for waiting the other team to complete the project. Then the test team build up good understanding of development artifacts because they are all constantly interacting with every team. They are interacting with the analyst team who are doing that SRS. They are interacting with the designers who are developing the design. They are interacting with the coding team to develop the unit test cases. Like that, they are constantly interacting with all the development artifacts, as so they are well aware of the software. So that is another advantage of this thing. Then we have disadvantage also. All the disadvantages of that waterfall model will happen here also because this is an extension of that model. In the previous case, we know that this accommodate it is difficult to accommodate changes because after that one SRS is marked complete, we cannot make any changes like that. All the disadvantages we have seen in the previous lectures are there for this waterfall model also. The major advantage is testing will be good and it is suitable for safety critical software. So that's all about V model. Thank you.